After adding more than 7 figures in revenue between all of our e-commerce clients in different niches with different products and with different customer audiences, I've compiled here the 4 main funnels we've built for our 7 and 8 figure clients that we've used to scale better cold traffic and to give them a better ROI on their marketing spend. So here there are 4 main funnels we've used for this. There are 4 types: direct purchase funnels, educational funnels, quiz funnels, and bundle builders. And I also have examples for each one of these with different examples from different niches, with every single lander included here in this funnels. We're going to start immediately from the direct purchase funnels. There are a few concepts that are similar to all of these funnels. We're going to go over them later in the video, but first let's start from the actual funnel structure, starting from the direct purchase funnels. Now this is the bread and butter of most e-com brands, the direct purchase funnels, getting traffic immediately to product pages, collection pages, or sale landing pages. Here, very simple. You start from the creative, you direct all of your traffic either to the PDP of your product, to a collection page if you have multiple products, you want to show multiple products for higher AOV, or a sales landing page if you have a specific sales argument for your product, or you're testing different offers. For example, you're testing a higher AOV offer, you're going for higher MRR or higher LTV. Also sales page, perfect for this type of structure here, for this type of funnel. And then directly from that to checkout. And in each one of these funnels, I've included at the end with a dotted line the connection to post-purchase upsells. Also very, very important thing that a lot of brands are missing out on and are not doing, and they work extremely well for all of our clients. I've included them in basically all of the funnels here, besides the bundle builder, but I'm going to make the case for that when we reach that stage. But yeah, direct purchase funnels, the bread and butter. When you use this type of funnel here, you obviously use it with warm and hot traffic. You use it for retargeting customers that have already bought, or traffic that's already visited your store, your email list, things like that. So if you have strong brand awareness, also very important to use direct purchase funnels in your strategy. And if you have also strong offer, especially for sales landing pages, that's super important, especially on sales VP. But if you have a strong offer and you want to sell that offer to traffic that's ready to buy, then direct purchase funnels, obviously the bread and butter. Everyone should use them in the right case. But yeah, the main type of funnel we have here, direct purchase funnels. We're going to look at 3 examples here of a PDP, of a collection page, and of a sales landing page. Obviously this is going to differ between niches, between products. Different niches and different products are going to have different structures for their PDPs, and how this structure, especially the about fold and the buy box. Here I have a PDP example from Miracle Made, a very well structured PDP here with a good buy box, FOMO language, fear of missing out, and then limited availability, high demand, only 13 left in stock. They're using FOMO extremely well here. Colors, selectable, good feedback, good selectors here. We have the size guide, extremely well made, 4 purchase decisions to 8 purchase decisions. Price explained extremely well. You get in the image the free gift page, and you get again the free towels here, and it's interactive also. Here you select and it feels like you're actually claiming the offer yourself instead of getting the offer with the product, with the purchase. You're claiming the offer yourself by clicking the check mark here for the free gift. And then pricing explained extremely well. Clear call to action, big enough, easy to click, it pops out like between all of the other elements on the page. And then under the call to action again, guarantees, more guarantees about shipping, about the stock, again limited availability. Then we have here a simple collection page from Represent. They're separating this page here for the initial collection in fits, which is a good way to structure pages, especially if you're in clothing or selling products that have this type of differentiation here. So initial fit, they have the initial fit, they have the oversized fit, they have the boxy fit. As you can see, this is the collection, the page for the collection itself, but they are also filtering and layering out the different pieces of the collection in different sections, so it's easier to find what customers are looking for. Then here a great example of a sales landing page from Happy Mammoth. They have a perfect middle of funnel sales page here for their gut repair product. Copywriting on this page is excellent. They are doing an extremely good job at targeting exactly their target customer persona. The headlines, the sub-headlines here, they hook your attention. They start immediately with kind of a review headline for a result that a customer has gotten from the product. They immediately state the offer above the fold, so up to 17% off for the 2 and 4 bottle bundles. They have problem statement. Copywriting is perfect. Problem statement here, solution statement, education on the product. Then they have review sections again, managing expectations on the sales page. Then they have the buy box section. Here they're going for especially an AOV offer. So as I've mentioned, obviously having strong offer for sales landing page is super important. And here they're going for an AOV offer, having 1, 2, and then 4 as their biggest bundle here on the page, and then using price anchoring to sell the 4-pack bundle. with the lower price per bottle to get people to go for the 200, almost 200 euro option here for higher AOV. But very, very good page, very well structured page here, especially the copywriting. This page is perfect. Then we have educational funnels, my personal favorites. Building them and writing copy for them, at least for me, is super fun because you get to test so many angles and you get to see what works the best with cold traffic. And the result of that, if you nail them and if you do them well, you get to convert cold traffic at great numbers, and that allows you obviously to be able to spend more to acquire a customer for acquisition, and that allows you obviously to dominate your competition because you can just outspend them to acquire new customers. But here we can complicate the structure a little bit. The main one would be driving traffic directly from creative to an advertorial, to a listicle, or to a VSL landing page, and then going directly to checkout from those. But this is a less kind of used structure, especially for advertorials and listicles. And the other structure would be having obviously the creative, driving the traffic to the advertorial, to either an advertorial, a listicle, a VSL landing page, and then driving the traffic from those pages after you've educated them to either a PDP or a sales landing page to then reach checkout. And obviously in both cases you can have post-purchase upsells as usual. I've added them with the dotted line. I have a case study specifically for an advertorial we've built for a client of ours that reduced customer acquisition cost by 55%. I'll leave the video in the top right card here on the video. Use educational funnels, obviously with cold traffic, with complex products that need longer explanations, with longer purchase consideration timelines for customers. Higher price point products, obviously high AOV products, need a little bit more explanation and education on the front end, and then pain and problem related products. Here's an advertorial example from the Modern for the sneeze leaf. Right here you have a good headline immediately targeting a solution or a pain or a problem that the customer or the prospect is looking for here in this advertorial. And obviously the copy here is super important. I already mentioned this a million times. Advertorials focus on copy, focus on the story, and focus on the mechanism that's going to solve and provide a solution for the prospect, for the customer. Obviously here you focus on copy first, and then only at the end you actually go forward and pitch your offer and pitch your product. But first you focus on the story, you focus on the emotions caused from the story and the problems caused from the story. You relate that to the new mechanism, not even the product itself, but first the new mechanism for solving the problem, and then you connect the mechanism to your product, which is going to provide that mechanism to solve the problem. Then we have here a listicle from ClickStick. 5 reasons Growth Digest coach says to use this instead of taking lessons. I'm trying to showcase here as many pages as possible from as many different brands and as many different niches as possible, so you can implement all of these things for your own brand, whatever the niche. So here's an example for ClickStick. As you can see, simple listicle structure. We've already seen this and I've already reviewed. I also have a video for listicles on my channel. I'll leave in the top right card here in the video. You can also go look at that specifically for listicles. They're going for the standard structure here, 5 points, and then you pitch call to action at the end, and then you direct your traffic to the product page or to a sales page. You can do both. Or there are some brands that also on the listicle, I've seen this rarely, but there are some brands that do it, have actually their buy box at the end of the listicle itself. So instead of having a call to action going to a PDP or going to a sales page, they have a buy box for the offer directly at the bottom of the listicle. But usually with educational pages such as advertorials or listicles, you want to have more commitment at the end from the prospect, from the traffic. So you want a call to action there to direct to a different page. Then we have quits funnels here. The structure is pretty simple for these ones. From the creative, you land on the quits page, and here obviously depending on the product, depending on the niche, depending on the brand, you're going to ask different questions. You're going to structure it in different ways. We're going to look at an example after we look at the structure here. And then after the quits, based on the personalization and the results from the quits, you either direct the prospect either to the product page for the product they gotten from their personalized audit, a sales landing page for that same product if it needs a little bit more information or more context or more education, or an approach that some brands take is asking for the email and actually going for the sale on the back end, going for the conversion on the back end with the email, and sending the audit and the personalized result of the quits through email. Obviously from product page and sales LP, you directly go to checkout. From email, obviously that happens on the back end. You would sell them through obviously your back end email marketing, and obviously post-purchase upsells always there. Implement them. They're always very, very performing for our clients. Here's the example from Woofs. As you can see, there's not a lot going on in terms of design or in terms of sections or elements on the page. It's very simple. There's just a box where you can write and give your answers, a question. They have the review reviews with the Trustpilot going on here, and then the simple call to action to continue with the quiz itself, and then the progress bar here at the top. Building them is super fun. We've built them for our clients as part of our funnel testing strategy for them. They usually required you to build them with custom code if you want something that looks good and it feels personalizable and on brand. We built them with custom code for our clients, but you can try to use some apps out there or some form apps that allow you to build this, but they will be obviously less branded and less personalizable if you want to go for that. But in this case, for example, I have a dog, so I can actually go through this and actually mention a few things. So my dog's name is Cloud. He's 2 years old. As you can see, it's very simple. My dog is a Maremma sheepdog, so we're going to put that in. And then as you can see, they keep asking you questions, and it's very, this is what I meant by personalizable offers. When there's things that depend on something that you have maybe, or something that you're going to want to do, then you can kind of ask these questions and make it feel personal, feel that they're actually going for something that's made personally for them and for their situation. Then we have bundle builders. As you can see, the structure is super simple here, from creative to builder to checkout directly. The only thing that's going to be different here is actually how the builder is made. There's not a surefire way to build builders. This obviously will depend on your product, on your niche, on what is that you're selling, and it will be widely different from brand to brand. When to use bundle builders: when testing higher AOV offers with limited time sales and holiday sales, they perform extremely well. If you have complex products or complementary products you can sell with your main product, then bundle builders also perform pretty well. And then they work mostly with warm traffic, although there's not a certain demographic or type of traffic you can use bundle builders with, but mostly they work with warm traffic. The example I have here is from Magic Spoon. As you can see, it's very interactive, it's very well made. As I've mentioned for quiz funnels before, we also make these with custom code for our clients. It's very hard to make stuff like this if you don't have developers, if you didn't have an agency, for example, what we do with our clients to build stuff like this, because there's not many apps that can do this, and even if they can do it, they will not feel as branded, as on point and well built as this one from Magic Spoon. As you can see, you can select how many packs you want to add in your bundle, and then it's very interactive. The design is also pretty good, because when you add boxes here, as you can see, it's interactive, it changes and it adds the actual box there. You can't really build stuff like this with apps or with cookie cutter solutions. You have to rely on agencies, or if you have an internal developer team, to build bundle builders like these, but they perform extremely well if you build them well, and they help a lot with AOV. Then general considerations that apply to every single one of these funnels is obviously going to be, what do you need to track on each of these funnels? So obviously completion rate and the progression and the entry point and the exit point, there's something that applies for every single one of these funnels, but there are also metrics that apply specifically to certain of these funnels. For example, the easiest one that comes to mind is if you're going to run a quiz funnel, for example. One thing that's super important is obviously watching for drop off. So if there's, for example, certain questions or certain steps of the quiz where you see that there's a steep drop off, so a lot of people leave the quiz, they do not complete the quiz, and it's at certain points or certain questions, stuff like that, you already immediately know that maybe there's a case of testing a different question, or changing the question, or removing the question altogether from the quiz. So generally you want to obviously track funnel completion rate, you want to track entry points, you want to track exit points. This is general for all funnels, but then specifically for each of these lenders, or for each of the pieces of the funnel, you want to track what's specific about them. So if, for example, on an advertorial, you are going to track a scroll map for the advertorial, and you see that at a certain point the drop off is steep. So there's a certain point where the advertorial simply is not interesting anymore, or it doesn't relate anymore to the customer, and the customer bounces off the page, and you're going to want to tune your copy in that specific point and then check for drop-offs again. But in general, there's certain metrics you can track generally for all of your funnels, and there's certain metrics you have to look for particularly for each piece of the funnels you test. Testing and building funnels is an essential part of our general split testing strategy that we implement for our e-commerce clients, and what has allowed us to add 7 figures in revenue between all of our 7 and 8 figure clients. If you want to work with me and the team, we also provide standalone funnel builds for a one-time fee. You can book a call in the first link in the description with me, and you're going to get a free audit roadmap on the call. So if you're fit to work together and we can actually help you, then we are going to go forward with that. If not, you're still going to get a roadmap to implement for yourself, for the brand. If you want to get my 60-page e-commerce split testing system that we've implemented for all of our clients, you can get that in your inbox in the second link in the description. See you in the next video.